Hey everyone, welcome to the Lowe Show. Thanks so much for viewing my channel. I'm Kim Lowe, and I am an astrologer, Western and Chinese. I am also a psychic medium, and I am a feng shui consultant. I read the tarot, I read palms, I read faces, and I also do light resonance healing as well. And I help people find their sacred spaces. If you'd like to find out more about me, go to my website. I have some specials coming up for summer. It is Kimla Lowe, Lowe.com. Thanks so much for joining me. You can go ahead and like and share and subscribe and tune in. That way, anytime I upload something, you will be made aware of it and you can tune in right away. You know, sometimes I help people with some major decisions that are coming up for them. Don't fear. You can always get a hold of me, and I can always answer questions for you right away if some decisions are coming up for you. So go ahead and let's make time together so that we can go ahead and, change your life for the better. Here we go. We are going to be starting June 25th, 2019, and going all the way to July 7th. So today, Tuesday, June 25th, we've got the moon in Aries. It has just gone conjunct with Chiron. So there could be something that perhaps you have noticed that you can perhaps help someone else in a healing process, perhaps some kind words, or you can go out of your way and do something wonderful for someone who has perhaps had, a little bit of an accident or isn't feeling well, or has had something kind of like flare up that they've been dealing with, kind of a chronic condition. But I feel like you also have something coming up for you where perhaps it's in the cards where you get a notification or a signal or a sign that there's something that needs to be healed deep within inside of you as well. And this is very important because this moon in Aries is going to kind of wind down with the inspiration on Wednesday, June 26th, and this is one of those things where we've got this wonderful fire energy. The moon is going to be winding down, still in Aries, fire sign, but Mercury, I know, the planet of your thoughts, communication, also trade, commerce, business, it's going to be going into Leo, another fire sign. So we're going to be feeling a little bit more inspired. We're going to be feeling like, you know what, I want to get out there and do some new things, or I want to get off my butt and get out there and start the things I said I was going to start. But with Mercury in Leo, Leos are so kind-hearted. They love grand gestures. They love beautiful, bright colors. They love children. They love to spoil those around you. So you're going to be thinking about how to spread the joy and the heartfelt moments with those around you. So it'll be a fun time with Mercury entering into Leo this week. Something to look forward to, definitely. Thursday on the 27th, we've got the sun. It's going to be sextiling Uranus, and I know it. You know what it means, really? It just means that out of nowhere, something awesome is going to come to you. There could be an opportunity. There could be something that's advancing for you. You could get a phone call out of nowhere and boom, it changes your life. And so it's all good. I feel like it's unexpected good surprises for you. So mark it down. That's Thursday. And by the end of Thursday evening, the moon is going to be going into Taurus. So we're going to get a little bit more grounded. Taurus is an earth sign. It's dependable. I call it the Rock of Gibraltar. It is something that it's very solid. I want to say that Taurus does not like change. It doesn't like wishy-washy. It doesn't like smoke and mirrors. Whatever you say to a Taurus, it better be the bottom line, because that's all they're going to want. Also, Taurus people know value. They know how to spend their money. They know how to save their money. They love to eat and cook, and they do like to be comfortable. You're not going to have a Taurus that's really putting on the airs, so to speak. However, they love fashion and design as well. So with this moon on Friday, June 28th, we're gonna have a great night out. If you want to dress up, go right ahead. But the talk is going to be real. We've got Neptune in retrograde right now, which means the rose-colored glasses are off, and we are going to not be taken by any more illusions or double talks or things that are too good to be true. It's always a good thing to have a fellow Taurus go over any kind of maybe a new idea that seems to be a money risk, because they will actually tell you how it is. They always do. On June 29th, we've got Saturday, and we've got the moon in Taurus that's coming to an end in the afternoon, depending on where you live. And then at night, the moon's going to go into fun-loving Gemini. Gemini loves to hook up with friends. They don't like to be alone, so they always like to go somewhere with someone. So you might hear from a Gemini friend that says, hey, we're going to the movies. They love entertainment. They love music. They love anything that's social. They love comedy. Oh, they love comedy. And they love a very light atmosphere. They do not like to get into the heavy nuts and bolts of any type of conversation or any issues at large. They always kind of play the jester in those kinds of conversations. I love Saturday to get together. That is my favorite date night, actually, because it just it starts out a little slow, but then it turns into a blast. And Geminis love to dance, and they just love to seek out others and make them smile. So the conversation is going to be chatty. If you're going to be on your phone, you might as well have two of them. Geminis like everything in pairs. So wear your fanciest shoes, right? Shoes come in pairs. Some fun earrings if you're out there, and pair up with somebody. That's a blast. On Sunday, the moon is still going to be in Gemini on June 30th. What a lovely day to wrap up the month of June. We are now into summertime, and what a perfect day. Geminis love to go sailing. They're an air sign. So anything where perhaps even, that wind in your face. I always think of sailing, but you can also just go to the top of a mountain climbing or something like that. But anything where the wind is really coming up brisk, and really an element that they can enjoy. It'd be a great time to do that on Sunday. We're kicking off July. We're going to have a wonderful day that is really going to be culminating to the new moon total solar eclipse in Cancer on July 2nd. So on Monday, it's Canada Day, by the way. I'm in the United States, in Austin, Texas, by the way. But if you're in Canada, hello, have a great time celebrating that day. We've got Mars, the action planet. It really is more the masculine energy versus Venus, which is the feminine energy. Mars is really the one that pushes you forward. This is the one that helps you in any kind of work that you're doing. It's going to be entering into Leo as well. So, bigger is always better. And it's always one of those great things that you've got to watch the budget when Mars goes into Leo, because you're gonna want it bigger. You're gonna want it better. Watch your budget though, because it's really easy to find yourself way over the top and scrambling in about a week in order to pay the bills on that one. We have the Gemini moon. It's coming to the end. It's getting ready for this big bust out into Cancer. It's eclipse season. And eclipse season, what happens is this. Eclipse season comes about with the change of seasons. And what it does is it gathers so much energy inside of it that it pushes us through the next 6 months. And so when the sun goes behind the moon and we have this total solar eclipse, the sun is invisible, okay? So all of your fire signs like Leo, like Sagittarius, Aries, you're going to feel a little bit more vulnerable. You're going to feel tired. You're going to feel like, wait a minute, somebody just unplugged me, because you're getting this wonderful fire from the sun. So you may feel a little bit more emotional. You may feel as though, I'm out of sorts, so to speak. We've also we've got a lot of aspects coming through. Uranus is going to be squaring Mars and Mercury. This really brings up some underlying tension about this particular new moon. New moons are always something that is the intention of new things, new opportunities coming into your life. With this watery Cancer moon, I think all of us are going to be really feeling a lot more emotional than we usually do. Full moons usually bring out the emotions. New moons are pretty much all about intention, planting new seeds. What are we going to be doing that's new? I'm going to be going through each sign of the zodiac, and let's start with Aries. Since Aries is a fire sign, like I said before, you're really going to feel when that sun is not available for you to recharge your battery. So I feel like in Aries, it's going to be really triggering your fourth house. You're going to feel as though you may not have as much control as you are used to during this particular eclipse. It points out things that are from the family, things that are around the house. You perhaps may think, I really wanted to maybe go forward and purchase some property. And I feel like maybe things are going to be pulling back. If you're dealing with any kind of group financing, or you're dealing with a bank or a corporation, I feel like the players may be changing up on you for the best. So just chill out, let this go down, and I say by the next 2 weeks, when we have the other eclipse in Capricorn, you're going to see things really change but stabilize, and things are going to be going forward for you, Aries, okay? I think Taurus is next. Taurus, we're going to be dealing with the third house. You may be finding, Taurus, that this particular new moon solar eclipse is also going to have your heartstrings being pulled. So what happens when Taurus, this wonderful earthbound energy that doesn't like change, and this is what eclipses are all about, pointing out opportunities, pointing out things that are coming up that need to be changed. And so you may be kind of frozen right now. You may be kind of feeling like, well, I'm just going to put myself on automatic pilot and just try to get through these eclipses. But I feel like your relatives, your loved ones, maybe even your siblings, they're going to call you out on it, and they're going to say, hey, I want a real conversation with you, because that's why I depend on you so much, is to give me the real talk. So I just kind of feel like they could be more demanding on you as well. And in your emotional state, you may not feel like you're responding as you should, but you will. And I feel like if you wanted to just get away for the 4th of July or the upcoming weekend, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. But let's just go into a meditation about how change can really pull things in for you that will excel your path. and the things that you need to know, you need to work on. Also, your career, also your financial status. These are good changes. You'll be able to handle them. Not a problem. The universe is going to give you enough strength to take it step by step and to lead you through it. Gemini, it's going to affect your second house. You know, Gemini, not a good time to do any kind of investing right now, okay? Wait until the eclipses are over with and bounce things off of Taurus if you want to, but I know something's coming up for you, and there's going to be something about either the possessions that you have, or perhaps it's quite noticeable that someone in your inner circle is not valuing you like you want to be valued. You may hear from someone else. You know, you don't, if you cared enough about me, you would do this or that. And I just want to say that the question of, are you being valued? Are the things around you, your possessions? You know, for Gemini, your possessions that are around you, they really mean more than just the thing. It's either someone gave you something, or perhaps you picked that up to make your life more convenient, or perhaps you like that particular color of something. But, you know, be very, very careful during this particular time of your desired possessions that you don't leave them behind or perhaps lose them. It's really going to come up to this particular time, especially in and out of July, where you may be losing things. And so if you have anything that is something, you know, like your cell phone, or, you know, briefcase, or perhaps, you know, glasses. I lose them all the time. I must have Gemini. But I lose them all the time. But sometimes it's something that perhaps you spend a lot of money on, and you're going to misplace them. Gemini, you know, sometimes you are the you know, the professor that forgets things. And so with all of the details you have going through your head and all these certain things, you do two things at once. Very easy to misplace those wonderful things called possessions, okay? Cancer, it's all about you. It is on for you, right? We have got the North Node coming in and just gracing this wonderful opportunity to light up the path of your future. You know, you have had an inkling, intuition as to how this is going to be played out. I want to say you're absolutely right. Okay, you're absolutely right. Sometimes Cancers, they get this little sign or signal in the stomach area when things are coming up, when things are going good for them, or perhaps as a warning. I want to say that is your signal. Listen to that, okay? That is your intuitive gift that has been given to you. This is all about you, and I feel like there's new opportunities all over in your personal life, in your career. Oh my gosh, this is something that you're going to feel very emotional about. In fact, you could be feeling very emotional, you could be feeling very demanding. But the nice thing is you want your family around. You want the important people to be in on the excitement, to be in on the new changes that are coming up for you. And they, you know, you need their support. You've got it, hands down. The universe is saying to you, this is the future for you. I'm directing this for you. In 2 weeks' time, when we have the eclipse in the full moon eclipse in Capricorn, we are going to discuss the karma from the past and how we have to tie that up, dissolve that, so it's not a blockage, so we can just kind of put that to rest, so we can go forward as we are supposed to. Okay? So there's always this new stuff coming up, and then it brings up, wait a minute, there's something standing in my way. What is it? something from the past. And that's going to come up in 2 weeks for you, mark my words. And when you do that, it's going to be easily dissolved. If you need any help or you want me to really, kind of pull up and built in your timeline as to how that is going to be working and pushing you forward for the next 6 months, it's all about you. Cancer, it's all about you. The emotional side of you, we're all going to be emotional. We are. We're all going to be emotional at this particular time. But these new opportunities, they're not drive-bys. They are going to be manifested, and they are going to be really bearing much future fruit in your life. So nothing to be afraid of. I love it. Stop worrying. Okay, we've got Leo, and Leo, it's going to take place in your 12th. I got to say something here, and that is, when we have a Leo that's trying to keep a secret, it's kind of like so hard for them. Somebody's told them something, and they know they're not supposed to say anything, but they're so caught up in the drama of everything and how big this news is that they are going to blurt it out to probably one of their best friends. But the thing is if somebody had a secret about you and you told them not to say anything, you've got to consider that as well. Really respect people's privacy, respect your own intuition during this time. Another thing is for Leos is that I feel like females are going to be kind of giving you a headache. The males in your life, they're the ones to rely on right now, but they might not be around for the support that you need. So I feel like, what? Just take a break. Take a break. You can't be in all places at once. And the people pleasing is only temporary. It's not going to go for the long haul. So let's just take a break. Go into meditation. This is a great time for you to kind of meditate on the new seeds that you want to plant that's going to be coming up for you at the end of the month, because we also have a second new moon in Leo. Woo! So it will be your time. It will be your time. But be careful of acknowledging or blurting out, those secrets at the wrong time to the wrong people. Alrighty? People trust you, Leo, because you're just so sweet. People trust you, and they love to have conversations with you. And you're a great friend. You're a wonderful friend. You're very loyal, and people need that at this particular time. All right. Okay, so Virgo, we've got you in the 11th house. So this particular time, one of your friends could bring up something that, isn't right. It's kind of like, the communication was off. My particular, let's just say, bond with this particular friend is really getting very thin and very stretched. You may be saying, I've got to go forward without this particular person, or this particular person really isn't going to be supporting my future. And I really have to come to terms with that. There's going to be new friends coming in for you. I feel like new friends are really knocking on the door with open arms, waiting to be added to your inner circle, who are really going to make a difference for you. So I really like that. And a lot of times Virgos, they don't really, they think, I really don't want to belong to the group if they're going to have me. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. You are worthy. You are a gift to the universe. There's no one like you. You are unique. And sometimes, friends, they do things, and, you have to really kind of let things go. Okay, at this particular eclipse, if the friends aren't supporting you, nurturing you in your life, it's okay. It doesn't have to end badly. It's okay, because there's new friends and there's new fun coming for you. And I also feel like there's new decorating, or there's new placement, fun things around the house that's coming up for you too. If you are looking for a new house, this is the time to begin, because I really feel like in the next couple of months you may find the house of your dreams. So there you go, Virgo. Libra. Okay, Libra. What are you doing in your career, or perhaps, your professional life, that intertwines with your personal life that you have to put on the table? What is it that people are, the social status is demanding for you to kind of explain about your personal life? Do it very carefully, diplomatic. There's nobody better that can do things, as diplomatic as you can. But I feel like there's going to be something that's going to be called upon you to really kind of say what's going on behind closed doors, or what's going on in your home, or perhaps you're having people into your home to really kind of boost up your career or how you look professionally. I have a feeling it's going to go great. Okay, it's gonna go wonderful. I feel like there's this big light shining on you, and I feel like you're gonna come off, and people are just going to be even more amazed at how absolutely fantastic you can keep all of these things: home life, career, your personal goals, how you keep them all balanced. So I really feel like your reputation is going to be going up. So this is going to be really great. Nurture those around you. Okay, sometimes you have a tendency to go back and kind of observe, bust out the hugs and the communication and the little snackies and deeds and the little fun stuff. That it's always in the little things that they remember. And personalize it for people if you do have them into your home with little gifts that only they would treasure and cherish. Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, you're going to be dealing in the ninth house. And I have a feeling that this is kind of going to be one of those tense times where you're going to want to get away, but yet you can't get away. And things aren't going to work out, but yet you want them to work out. You do need to get away. Let's just put it that way. You've been having a lot of weight on your shoulders. You need to be around only people that are fun, adventurous, the people that lean on you to babysit them. Those are the people that you don't want on your journey right now. You don't want them on your vacation right now. You want to thoroughly enjoy the company that you are keeping. If you have to be caretaker, or if you have to be the one, who schedules everything or pays for everything, that's really not going to work. I feel like you'd say, I'd rather be alone and stay at home. So you're going through all these kinds of things. There's also going to be an opportunity for you to go to the next level on whatever it is that you're working on, studying, or researching. And this particular eclipse is in a water sign, just like you. So I feel like it's going to just blow open the doors, and there you are. You're going to come cruising through on maybe a wakeboard or a wonderful motorboat or sailboat, but you are going to be coming through that, and I say flying colors to that. So there's going to be an advancement there for you. I think that the males also are going to be in question for you. I think the females are going to be more supportive in this particular time. So, and I also feel like you're going to want to be more giving. You're very private and you're very personal. You're very interested in everybody else, but you really don't want people asking you those personal questions. I feel like at this particular time, you are really going to swap and share some things that have either been bothering you or things that you have intuitively known that really are panning out just for validation. All right, Sagittarius. Saggies, the conversation here at this particular time is going to be a little bit unsettling because Saggies, you've been having a hard time with the funding coming in and out and really getting what you need, taking care of the bottom line, and also, spoiling those others that you love to do and kind of, being the big shot sometimes, with the money. I feel like this is really going to be coming into question whether you are in charge of accounting or you have charge of perhaps the purse strings at home. I think the partner is going to be saying, hey, I don't know if we should be doing that right now. We should, really be kind of going through exactly a little kind of streamlining. I think it really has to do with the home, and I feel like we need to kind of take a look at what's going on as far as your budgeting going in and out. Um, I also say that at this particular time, this is not a time to invest in anything risky or go forward in any kind of major deposits into something. I would really wait until the end of August to do that. When that moon is coming up in Leo, you have a real green light there. So I really kind of like that for you. You may be feeling very tired as well. Just take it easy. Take it easy. Try not to expect so much of yourself, and try not to be a little bit self-critical if you can't really do everything on your checklist at this particular time. You're a fire sign. This is a water eclipse, and so you are going to feel the effects of not having that charge, that fiery, charge me up kind of energy. Capricorn, Capricorn, you're going to come into this kind of relentless give and take in partnerships. You're going to want to go over contracts at this particular time. But I do feel that there's new business opportunity percolating for you. We're really going to get into some fun stuff for you because you've got the next eclipse in your sign. I do feel like there probably are going to be men who have said they were going to do something or promote you in some way or perhaps support you financially in some way that are going to be absent when you most need them or you're relying on them. I feel as though the females in your life during this time are going to be kind of henpecking at you, and it may be a little bit annoying for you. Hang in there. Just hang in there and be that Johnny, direct, step by step, and you will definitely get through it. Also, it's kind of fun just to really, Capricorns aren't the people that are so emotional. They're not the ones that put an arm around you and nurture you and say, gee, honey, everything's going to be all right. But I feel like you may get that from others during this time. And you may turn around and it may be a lot easier to go ahead and comfort and nurture others. So any kind of contracts, any kind of very meaningful relationships, marriage at this time. I want you to try on that nurturing person that's in there, and that little boy that's in there that grew up so fast into a wise soul, or that little girl that was such a wise one at a very young age and never really kind of missed that childhood nurturing. This is the time you may need it the most, okay? If you need me to map out your next eclipse, Capricorn, it would be my pleasure. So you can go on my website, kimlalowe, LOWE.com. All right, we've got our Aquarians, the little aquas. They're coming up with somebody who is in their realm of either their home or their business, who's got one foot out the door, and it's going to kind of leave you standing there with a lot of decisions on how you're going to process the extra weight or the extra responsibilities here. And I feel like it's one of those things that perhaps you're holding back, you're repressing your emotions because they're just washing over you at this time. This could result in a little bit of an immune system, a health system where it kind of is a setback to you. It provides stress, headaches, worry, extra work, extra hours. And I feel like you've got to really kind of be careful with your health right around this particular time. We don't want to have the outside activities really wreaking havoc with the inside activities. Everything is going to work out just fine. You, my darlings, are going to find someone who is going to help you like a partnership. It is going to be coming in for you, and I feel like it's going to be coming through maybe a CEO or a mentor or someone in that capacity. I feel it's going to be male in gender and is going to have a great idea for you, or perhaps introduce you to someone who is really going to make your life a lot easier as far as the career goes. So be extra careful with yourself. Have fun with yourself. Do some meditation and some spa work. This is all about how you direct your energy during this particular time, because you may be really overwhelmed with the situations that come through some changes either in the home or also in the business world. Okay? Pisces, oh my darling Pisces, you are not regressing or repressing your emotions whatsoever. They're going to be right out there, and this is, this is going to be your sister sign Cancer, and you're a water sign. You are just going to be overflowing with a wonderful joy and a wonderful love and a wonderment of childlike curiosity. And you are going to have dreams in Technicolor, I have a feeling. And this is wonderful for just taking some time off and being with the ones you love. If you can get to the water, get to the water. If you can write down a list for you, that'll really help ground you into this particular new moon. Oh, it wouldn't be a bad idea. You are going to be very psychic, very intuitive, but you're going to want to have some childlike fun. So do something fun like that. I also feel like there is a new opportunity for you to get creative, not just in the field that you are known for. I feel like this is going to be something, a surprise, kind of like something that you used to do when you were young, or something that you put on the back burner, Pisces. I feel like you're going to revisit that, and I feel like it's going to be really effective. You're going to get great results, but it's going to feed your soul. And this is what it's all about. So I feel like your feelings are going to be very nurturing, very compassionate. And I feel like if there's any kind of change or anything that's coming up for perhaps children in your family or the children around you, you're going to be the one that provides that particular shoulder to cry on, that bit of advice, and that wonderful sense of joy and living to those around you. All right, we've got I'm not stopping. We've got July 3rd, and that moon is still going to be in Cancer. And Venus, the planet of love, is going to be entering into Cancer as well. So we've got the parties in Cancer. There is no doubt about it. Seafood, I feel like any kind of water sports, I just feel like the love of the home, the love of mom, the emotional I need you. No, I need to be with you. I need to have that with me. If you can't be with the ones you love, you really will be going through photographs or perhaps things they've given to you, and those momentums really mean a lot. I feel like anyone who collects anything, this is the weekend to go out and to pursue those particular antiques or those particular things that you collect. And any kind of antiquing in furniture, or let's say you collect crystals, whatever it is, you are going to have a magnificent find. So that's going to be really fun for you. Okay, so July 4th, here in the States, we celebrate our Independence Day, and the moon is going to be in Leo. Can you imagine? Everybody is going to have dramatic celebrations. We're going to, also with Venus in Cancer, we're going to want to love our families. We're going to want to really gather around the home and be very supportive of the homeland itself. Pride is with a Leo, and so we're going to be very aware of how proud we are as a country, and anyone who is going through issues at that particular time, we're really going to go back to the past and rely on what worked in that particular time to really focus on how we can solve the problems of the future. Friday, we've got the moon in Leo as well. So I feel like this particular weekend is kicking off wonderfully. The stars of the show will be the children, of course, and they, make sure they have a lot of really fun, safe activities around this particular time, because on Saturday things get a little serious. We've got the moon going into Virgo. It's time to clean it up. It's, we've had all this fun, and now it's time to clean it up and, get things going. It's time to clean the boat out. It's time to clean the garage out. It's time to get everything from the winter, in its proper place. Summer has arrived. And so we're going to want to clean the patio, the pool, whatever that looks like to you. And so we're going to really have one of those kinds of things where you may be analyzing, what exactly are you going to do for the rest of the summer? Where are you going to be putting in your energies? It's a good time also on Saturday night to kind of close in, stay in. I kind of like it for like some kind of a mystery movie or perhaps a great novel. This is a wonderful time to kind of kick back, because we've had all of this celebration all week long, and now we get down to Saturday and you could be wanting to kind of be alone a little bit. You've been so social for so long. You might need to recharge your own personal battery. Feel free. Virgos like to be alone sometimes. So that little Virgo moon is going to really be promoting that. On Sunday, we've got a lot happening here. On Sunday, Mercury is going to be going retrograde. So Mercury went into Leo, right? Now it's going to be turning around, stopping, going retrograde at 4 degrees. It will not turn direct until July 31st, but it's going to be backing up from 4 degrees all the way into Cancer. So when it goes direct, it's going to be going direct back into the party of the crab of Cancer. During Mercury retrograde, you may find that you're going to be missing phone calls, communication. But the wonderful thing about this is that we get to go back perhaps and visit people that we haven't been able to in a while, visit places we haven't seen, but also revisit patterns of thinking. We have the wonderful opportunity during this time, and we're going to be going through that with on July 16th with the full moon partial lunar eclipse in Capricorn, because the South Node is there, of breaking up old belief patterns. This is huge for us to ascend, for us to get to the next frequency level. These old belief patterns need consent from each and every one of us personally to break up, dissolve, and let go. Okay? And with this wonderful Mercury retrograde, wow, it's really there to help us. It's there to help us transform. It's pedaling backwards, kind of, and it's helping us really to go back, look at what is getting in our way. And I know that's been said a lot, but at this particular time, it really is, because we're going to go back and we're going to see patterns that we don't want in our lives anymore. We're going to see karmic relationships. We're going to also see some patterns that are so deeply leveled within our subconscious that somehow, we kind of don't know how to reach the subconscious level. This is going to be a time when you recharge, when you sleep. We are going to be really doing some very deep cleansing work, and it could be piled up from many, many lifetimes. But the frequency of the earth at this particular time is speeding up so fast that each and every one of us are so heavy we can't keep up. We're dancing as fast as we can. We're kind of closing off our circuits to where we should be. So we got to go through and we got to say, hey, we got to go around that particular path, rewire our circuits so that we can be lighter, brighter, and carry more of cosmic energy. That's where it's at. I'm Kim Lowe. Thanks so much for tuning into my channel. And if you would like a reading with me, I'd love to work with you. Looking forward to our time together. KimLaLowe.com.